And do you ever hope that one day sort of your body of work will inspire other artists to develop their own music, or because you seem to take a lot conceptually from other
Yeah,
artists?
I don't know how other artists feel about it. I really don't. And that's because my background has never been technical. I don't come from a music history, you know. In fact, a lot of what I do, I feel like I just sort of improvised, you know. But that's what my background is. My background is sort of improvisation and entertainment and musical theater and drama and sort of just showmanship is what I've sort of where I come from. And songwriting evolved out of that. And so when I meet other musicians who have these like amazing techniques and these rich backgrounds and blues and can actually play and sit in with other blues artists, you know, it's like, it's intimidating, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, you are a master of your element, of your instrument, of your craft. I don't have that, you know, I have this sort of just like accidental, you know, situation where, but it's all about love and improv and spirit and what comes out of it. So I don't know how artists, I don't even know if artists will relate to my shit, you know? But I do like to think that just any listener will hopefully find a connection somehow. And not every listener, I'm not expecting to take over the world. It's never been my goal, it's just wrong. But I've just put it out there to see whoever wants to enjoy it is allowed to. And in it, I hope that they feel that message that's infused in there that is all about certain life lessons and optimism and positivity and love and peace and understanding. You know, so artist or no, I do hope that people are inspired by it somewhat. And I get emails and letters by saying, thanks, you know, like your music made me quit my job and become a photographer, and I'm loving it, you know, and that's when it's working for me, you know. That's when I know that, yeah, you know, that's cool.
And you seem to be producing more now with your sort of home studio more so than last time. Is that, do you think that's improving sort of your musicality?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, because, you know, having a studio you can go to just to practice and experiment. And first thing I did when the studio was up is I went and bought a set of drums because I love playing the drums. And everything I recorded, it needed to have drums on it, you know? But actually, it ended up making a really funky project, you know? It's like suddenly the songs started to take on a new swing, whereas before, it was, I had to use my imagination, you know? Or I had to ask the drummer to come in and find a studio to use, so it's just, you know, it just expands you, you know, as a person, as a musician, and it's great. It's a good feeling.
Oh, that's good, yeah. And do you find it different, because you've obviously worked with other producers in their studios, so are there positives and negatives for having your own studio, or is it all
positive?
All positive?
You know, when I used to go in the studio, anybody's studio, I used to like tiptoe around. I didn't want to trip over any cables. I didn't want to touch any instruments. I didn't want to hit any light switches. You know, I didn't know what was what. And then of course, you get your own place and you realize, oh, how things work and what's connected to what, and you realize, you know, you just learn how to like live in it and operate, and it made me so much more comfortable everywhere else I went to just relax and play with the stuff, and because it is a studio, it's a room for playing. It's a grown man's playroom, you know. It's no different than padded walls and little stuffed animals for little kids. It's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. That's exciting. And also, and so when you tour, are there certain places in the world that you find more inspiration for your songwriting, or do you find inspiration just different people, different places?
Yeah, different people, different places. There isn't one place that's more than any other. It's, I mean, of course, when I go to someplace new, of course you're just like, whoa, this is an entirely new way of life. That stuff always has an effect on me. You know, and but every time, I mean, I've been to Melbourne, I don't know, 5 times, 6 times maybe, I don't know. But every time I come, I see it in a new way, you know. Even San Diego, I've lived there 9 years now. Every time I go home, I'm like, whoa, this place is amazing. It's still new to me, you know. So it's a mindset that you can keep. And you can choose, even if you have the same job and you drive to work the same route every day, it's, you can decide to look at different things. You can decide to listen to different music. You can decide to drive in a different lane, or, you know, it's honestly what you choose. And I choose to seek new things every day, and that's what keeps me writing. So, so it isn't one place. And, I don't wait for something to come before it gives me reason to be excited. You know, you can be excited whenever you want.
Positive things.
Always positive.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Discovered that in the past year.
I throw up in my hat a lot because I'm so excited.
I can't be